Good morning. Good morning. I love ya. Good morning. Hello. How are you? I hope you are well. This is day 7. We are in day 7, the Educational Informational. And my prayer is that you have received something that will help you. We're not going to be here long today. I just wanted to be here uh, just to encourage you to, sorry, I always have to get my other live together so I can see you guys. Um, I wanted to encourage you all just for a few minutes today. We've done all of the meat work. Please, please, please share this with someone. The whole thing, right? It's going to live here on this events page so that you all will have access to that. I don't plan on taking it down. I do, however, plan on putting this on some kind of YouTube channel so that it can live a little longer somewhere else. Okay. So we've had really dope conversation about kindergarten through um, 8th grade readiness. It is a lot, but corestandards.org, just to go over some of the resources that I gave, corestandards.org, readworks.org, abetterchance.org, steppingstonescholars.org, and commoncoresheets.com. Okay? Please make sure you look at that. ABC Mouse is good. Khan Academy is also good. All right? Many, many, many resources. Please, 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 please go back even to kindergarten, right? Go back and look at some of the things that are there. All right, and I'm telling you, write it down, share it with someone, tag someone. Those are all the resources I gave. And then there's that. So today we're talking about back to school readiness. All right, so specifically, I want to talk to parents about a few things, right? So school supplies is one. Go ahead and get that, right? Most schools by now may, what's today, August 7th? They may. Maybe this week or next week we'll have a school supply list. My son actually came home with a school supply list for the next year, last year. And so we were able to, his school has kits that you can just buy and they get everything for you. They send you the kit, you're done, okay? And we did that because I ain't had time to be going into Walmart trying to figure out where the markers were and highlighters were. Just if y'all know what you need, how much I pay for that. Go ahead. So your school may have something like that. Check and see. But all of them should have some kind of list. Now you do have some schools that wait until the first day of school to kind of give you a list of some things that you might need in the next 6 weeks and all of that. Okay, but there's some basic school supplies that all kids need. Can I talk to you about pencils real quick? The best pencils to buy is the Ticonderoga pencils. Don't go. I know the dollar store pencils are cute, but okay. They don't write as well. They don't hold a sharpened endpoint as well. But the other part about those other pencils that are really, really pretty is that they come with a certain skin around them. Like it's just like this plastic stuff that comes around it. And guess what that does, guys? It clogs up electric pencil sharpeners in classrooms. And I know they're cute, and I know your kids like them. But honestly, it does more of a disservice to the classroom than a service because it clogs up the system. All right, so I don't know why I just threw that out there. I think somebody was talking about that the other day. But yeah, Ticonderoga, get those. They cost more, but they last a lot longer, and they don't mess up pencil sharpeners. Or even your little handheld sharpeners, right? Sometimes they clog them up and kind of make the sharpening part of it dull a lot faster. Okay. Speaking of electric pencil sharpeners, go ahead and buy one for your home, right? So that your child is going to school every day with the sharpened things that they need. Okay. But please, I'm not going to harp on back to school stuff because supplies because your child is going to require different things depending on what they need. I did not mention calculators at all during the math portion of that. So let me just answer that. As far as calculators are concerned, I do not recommend that your child work with a calculator until they are in 5th grade. Okay, I believe that teaching them process and having them write out in longhand process, multiplication, arrays, all of that stuff, long division, they should be doing longhand, okay? And up and until the fifth grade. Now, the reason why I say fifth grade is because there does come a point around that fifth grade standardized testing and fifth grade homework and projects and all of that, where they're going to have to know how to use a calculator, right? A calculator is essentially a computer, right? So they're going to have those skills so that they know how to properly use that tool, but they should not be using a calculator before fifth grade. I don't tutor with a calculator until like seventh or eighth grade, something like that, because I really believe that our kids need to understand the process through which things are solved and figured out and all of that, okay? So please, please, please encourage your child to do a lot of longhand stuff first and not just go directly to a calculator or their iPad or their tablet to kind of throw some stuff in there, okay? Don't even mention calculators before fifth grade, okay? All right, so back to school supplies. Make sure you get those. If there are uniforms that you know your child needs from the school, please don't give the school a hard time about why it has to be this or that. It's the school's it's the school's law, right? Every year we have students and families that come back upset that the kids gotta wear a certain color shoe or a certain type of pant, or like, why are you mad? You went like that's the school you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? So you don't really, get to go and tell the school now just because you don't like it, it should change. No, make sure your child has what they need, okay? Make sure your child also has sweaters, right? If your school allows your child to wear a sweater, our kids can't wear a sweater if it's not school sweaters, right? Now, the school sweaters sometimes cost a little bit of money. I think our school sweaters may cost like $40, right? Most parents are like, I'm not buying you a $40 sweater. But here's the problem. Your children get cold, right? Because some school buildings have central air. They get cold. Now they got their arms in their shirt, right? Now it becomes a safety issue because their arms are inside their shirt. Now it becomes a stop playing during class thing, right? Get them the proper things. Go ahead and put the $40 out there for the sweater and buy a size up, right? We got to be able to think a little differently about it so that our children are taken care of, right? It does not become a disruption or something that is holding the child back from being able to learn. It does not stop the teacher from having to redirect your child all in the name of, well, I'm cold. Okay, the teacher can do absolutely nothing about that except for encourage them to dress in such a way, right, where they're layered. The same is true for when it gets warm outside, right? Make sure your child has short sleeves. Make sure in the winter they have long sleeves, right? Make sure there are layers. If you can, get short sleeve, long sleeve, and sweaters. If the school allows for uniform shorts, buy uniform shorts and pants, right? So that, right, as the seasons are changing, your child is equipped and is one less thing that you, your child, or the school and the teacher have to worry about, okay? Let's talk really quickly about how you as a parent can help to build the best year possible for your student, all right? Email addresses, sorry, there's a net. Email addresses. Please, for the love of all things, wholly pure. Make sure, a couple things. Make sure you have an appropriate email address. I can't stress that enough. And yes, I talk about this every year because every single year I'm getting like Big Booty 71 at Yahoo. Ma'am, I'll never email you. Like, I'll never do it. I'll call you and ask if I can text you before I type that in my system and send Big Booty 1971 at yahoo.com an email. I'm not doing that. I'm just not. So, and your children sometimes are embarrassed because some of the email addresses that you give end up on contact sheets that parents and students have to sign into. And sometimes, because your phone number and your address is private, your email address will be there, right? So now your child has to sign next to Big Booty 1971 at Yahoo, and people are like, why? Trust me. Students are like, why would your mom have an email address like that? Or why would your dad, right? Playboy, Johnny Playboy at gmail.com. Like, I'm telling you, these are all the things that I don't think parents think about that you don't realize your children are exposed to and their peers are also exposed to, right? Because, we think, oh, it doesn't affect anybody. No, it does. All right. So make sure, and I know I hate having to have this conversation, but every year I have this conversation, right? The other part is some people have never updated their email. So you lose your password or you decide you just no longer want to use it again because you got a new computer and you forget to update the school. So now the school is sending you information about what your child should have, what your child should be doing, and you like, this school won't ever keep me informed. Well, sir, the reason why we don't keep you informed is because you never came back and updated your phone number, your address, your email address. We don't have the ability to just know, right, without you informing the school that something has shifted. Over the summer, a lot of things shift. People move over the summer. People lose loved ones over the summer. People get divorced over the summer. If you know that there's a significant life change that has happened in your family, please, ma'am, please, sir, inform the school about what that is. The reason is because it is going to show up in your child's school year this year. And the child is going to be crying, and the child is going to be upset, and the child is not going to be performing well. And we're going to be none the wiser, right? We're not going to know why this child, right? All the teacher is going to be is frustrated because they don't understand why you just not. And we don't realize her grandma died, right? We don't realize mom moved out. We don't realize that now the custody issue has changed. And now she's living with dad and grandmom and mom, and she's trying to get used to her sleep patterns and all of that. Okay? So you want to make sure that if you have life issues that have changed over the course of the year, even throughout the year, that you update the school with a few things. Your contact information, your email, your phone number, your address, right? And the life issue. You would be shocked at just how helpful and just how wonderful life becomes when you partner with the school and let us know what has shifted and changed in that child's life. Because now I'm not frustrated when she comes in here and goes to sleep, because now I understand that your work schedule has changed. And she's now trying, hey, Jackson, she's now trying to get accustomed to this new sleep pattern. So now if you tell the teacher that, the teacher's not fussing like, get up, why you sleep, right? The teacher is now able to say, just let her rest. Matter of fact, I'm going to just hold her stuff till later on. I'll bring her up for lunch, right? We don't know that the child is grieving. We don't know that the child is going through anything if you as a parent don't partner. This is what I want to make sure every parent that encounters this 7-day educational informational understands. We need you to partner with us in order for your child to have a successful school year. I don't care how you feel about the teacher. Please, ma'am, please, sir, do not have that conversation around your child. Have that conversation either with another adult, right, in some kind of safe place, or have it directly with the teacher. Here's why. Because when your children know that you have an ought with the teacher, your children also believe that it gives them license to have an ought with us too. Because they hear about what you say about the school. They hear what you said about the teacher. And now they think they can come in, right? And it's funny because it reminds me of this comedy sketch that Kevin Hart did years ago, where the teacher says, calls him whatever, and he goes home, and the mom tells her just what she gonna tell the teacher, and Kevin Hart comes back to class. Y'all remember that? Kevin Hart comes back to class, and the teacher says, Kevin, what did your mom say? I think I got some interruption here. Can you guys see me or hear me? I think there's an interruption somewhere somehow. Give me 1 second. Okay, I think we're back on. And the mom and Kevin Hart goes back to school, and he says, well, since you asked me, my mom said, right? And it goes off. Hold on 1 second. I think we have a little interruption here. Are we good? Hold on 1 second. Let me see something. It says that I'm still live. Okay, I'm on. And he goes back to school. He says, well, my mom said you, and he commences to cussing the teacher out, right? Because he heard what the mom said. Well, guess what, guys? That was Kevin Hart's comedy sketch, but that actually happens in real life. We'll have students who be like, my mom said she not gonna call you back ever. My mom said she ain't never coming up here. My mom said, I listen, we've seen kids who, we said, no, you can't go to the bathroom right now because something is going on. And they walk out and they be like, well, my mom said, if you got a problem with me going to the bathroom, then you can call her. It's like, yeah, but the reason why we didn't want you to go to the bathroom is because somebody's having a meltdown or there's blood out there or somebody's. But you have to be careful about what you're saying around your children in regards to the school and the teacher, because your children come back and tell us what you said. Right? So as we are preparing to get ourselves ready for back to school, my conversation with you as a parent is a lot, right? Prepare yourself professionally and socially, right? To be able to go into this next school year with the proper contact information, right? And the proper attitude, right? In regards to the school. Keep in mind all of the things that your child did this summer. All of the times that you wanted to pull your hair out. All of the times where they ate you out of house and home. All of the times when you told them to get up and they didn't. When you told them to clean and they wouldn't. When you told them to not talk back and they did it anyway, right? The teachers are about to experience that for 180 days. Now, here's the thing. We're spending the daytime that you all are spending with them during the summer. That's what we're spending. By the time they go home, they're tired. And let's be honest, my child's teacher is about to spend more time with him during the day than I do. Why? Because once we get home, right, it's 5:36. It's dinner time. Everybody be quiet. My day is crazy. Go get somewhere and sit down. We go to sleep. We get up. We send our kids back to school, right? Where all of that energy that you're experiencing this summer goes into our classrooms, right? So have some grace for your teachers, because we're dealing with your summer. That little 2 months you had, now we've got to deal with that for another 6 months. So when you think about popping off with the teacher and telling the teacher what they're not going to do and what your child didn't do, I want you to remember a stressful moment with your own child in the summer during the day. Remember the time that you turned your back and they did something in your own house, right? So surely now that they have, and they're performing as well, right? Some stuff they probably didn't do over the summer because they didn't have an audience. Well, now your child is about to have an audience, okay? So when the teacher is calling you and they're telling you that little Johnny did something, be more apt to believe them. Because now little Johnny is fronting in front of his homies, right? He may not even want to act like that. You may have never even seen it, but I'm telling you, your children perform differently when they are around a group of peers where they feel like they have to compete for attention and for popularity. Okay? So as a parent, I want you to prepare yourself. We're getting ready to get off of here. I want you to prepare yourself professionally. Have the proper email address. Make sure it's appropriate. bigbooty1971@gmail is not going to work. It's just not. It doesn't make you look professional. It doesn't make you look like you care enough, right, to be professional in this relationship. It may not be the case, right? But the look of it, I'm just telling you how it works in schools. Teachers are talking about you. Teachers are already discounting you because they can't take you seriously because that's the contact information you gave us. Make sure your address is up to date. Make sure your email is up to date. Make sure your phone number is up to date. And make sure your life events are also up to date with the school. Partner with us and let us know how your child's summer really was. Don't be like this whole what happens in this house stays in this house stuff. Let me tell you something. That's cute. But when you have a teacher who is over your child all day long, it's helpful for us to know what we're dealing with so that we can extend grace in excess if we have to. Because what's not fair is your child is laying down, I'm requiring everybody to do work, and that person is just laying down, because now that's going to cause another child to lay down. And that's going to cause another. But if I know that your child is laying down because her mommy and daddy just got divorced and she's struggling because she's going through a grief process, I'm better able to say, hey, Sally, come here for a second. Come sit with me. Talk to me. Or, hey, Sally, come up for lunch today. I want to talk to you. You're not in trouble. I just want to talk, right? Because she may need attention in a way where the next class she comes and she may sleep in everybody else's class. But because I'm able to partner with you, I'm able to build a different type of relationship and conversation with her to where if she knows that I care and that I'm rooting for her, she at least in my class, right, is going to work. So this is why the partnership, that whole don't tell the school my business stuff, no, stop. Let us know. We are the village that's trying to get your child. And here's the thing. If you feel like your child is at a place or in a school or with a teacher and they don't care, pull them out. Get them out the school, right? Don't have your child in a school that you can't trust. All right? Is everybody with me on that? Don't have your child in the school that you can't trust. If you hate that school so much and that school get on your nerves, pull your child out. It's very simple, ladies and gentlemen. I would never have my child in a place, my child, my baby, I would never have them in a place where I hated the people there so much that all I did was keep him there and complain. No, I'm going to pull you out. So it always baffles me as to how people can hate the teacher, hate the school. That school get on my nerves. That school don't be teaching them. And you're the problem, man. Why would you keep your child? It's so many schools that your child, right, that your child can go to. All right. The last part I want to talk about is introductory emails. Okay. The moment you get your child's teacher's email address, I want you to email them. I want you to introduce yourself. I want you to introduce yourself as their parent, but also as their partner. When I tell you this shapes the whole year for you, I mean, there's going to be something different about that that'll make you stand out as a parent, and that will make the teacher look for, nurture, and protect your child differently. I'm just helping you out. I promise you. If you are partnering with the teacher, you say, hey, and don't make the email long because we don't want that. Because now we feel long emails to us. First of all, we don't have time for that. I teach 120 students a day, so I can't read. I don't even read long text messages from friends. So I'm certainly not going to read a long email from you. I'm just not going to do it because I'm constantly moving. Remember, teachers don't even get to use the restroom these days. So I'm certainly not about to sit down, ma'am, and read it for a parent. Make it short. Make it sweet. You have a question? Ask a question. You have a compliment? Compliment. You just want to check in? Check in. All right? Because there is a way that seemeth right to parents, and the end of it is destruction. Okay? What happens now is people are overly contacting the parent or the teacher, right? And now we feel like we're being micromanaged. Don't do that, right? Go ahead and, hey, just checking in. Everything good? Yep, everything's good. Okay, cool. Move on. You have a question? Ask that specific question. Don't go over the river and through the woods because now we feel like, all right, where is this going? Because most of the emails that we get like that are setups. And we don't like telling you the teacher feels like they're threatened or that thing is going to be on read or not at all. As soon as we see your email address, we're going to be like later. Now, 7 days you done contacted the principal because we never responded. But to be honest, we looked at your name and we already felt the spirit of annoyance because that's all you do is you'll never tell us when we doing nothing right. You always got a problem. You ain't never tell me when he got an A, right? Why is it too? When kids get A's, parents take responsibility. I've been working with him. Girl, you don't know the days. And when they get a 30, it's the teacher's fault. Right? Like as parents, a lot of times there's a gnat in my house that's driving me nuts. There's one gnat, y'all. That's driving me crazy. Let me get back. As parents, we've got to be able to take the ownership and responsibility when our children are doing well and when they're not doing well. You can't get the glory when your child is passing, and then when the child is failing, the teacher is moving too slow or the teacher is moving too fast. I don't like this internet system. Something is going on with my thing. Can you see me? I hope you can. Right? You want to make sure that you're taking ownership of the entire experience as a parent. You can't pick and choose, right? When the teacher is wrong and when the teacher is helping and when you did all the work. You understand what I'm saying? You got to understand that however successful your child is or isn't, It is a partnership between the parent and the school system. All right? That's really all I have today. All right? If you have any questions in particular for me about what it looks like, I've been teaching for, God knows, I think 12 years now. Um, I've been partnering with parents. That's one of my strengths. I have a lot of weaknesses as an educator. One of them being like learning targets and that kind of stuff. I don't do that. But when it comes to partnering with people and relationships, I'm top notch, right? So if you want to know what you need to do in order, so let's say, for example, throughout the year, you have an issue, right? You just can't understand, you just can't connect with the teacher, or your child is not connecting well with the teacher. Hit me up. Hit me up. Let me help you out. Let me show you how you need to approach that situation. Because as a parent and as an educator, I am confident that I have, right, something that you can use that will help you to bridge, right, that relationship between home and school. Okay? Just hit me up. Like, I love giving people information. I don't have you're not bothering me. You're not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to roll my eyes. Like, I want to help you because I feel so strongly that we have to do a better job as parents, home and school. We have to do a better job bridging the gap, right? Because the ultimate goal should be for our children to be productive and successful. It should not be, I hate this parent, here she come, and I hate this teacher, she gets on my nerves. It should not. Parents, these teachers are the ones that are watching your children. I don't want to make my son's teacher mad. Because at the end of the day, if you mad at me, you're going to be rude to my son. You see what I'm saying? So a soft answer is going to turn away the wrath. Build a fresh relationship. Don't go with what you heard from your child or from another parent or from another teacher. Don't go by that. Build your own relationship with that teacher. And the best way to do that is to introduce yourself, right? Let that teacher and that school know that you're a partner. I would even find the principal. I would, both of their email addresses. Hey, I'm Lil Tony's mom. Just letting you know I'm here to partner with you. Every year I send my child's teacher and his principal. Hey guys, I'm rooting for you. It's going to be a great year. And they'd be like, thank you so much. And my emails are short. Thank you so much for that. They get a quick jolt, right, of encouragement. You understand what I'm saying? And so you want to make sure that you're building your, I was going to say build your church. I just taught that like 5:30 this morning. That you want to build your relationship with your child's school and with your child's teacher, okay? If you need anything else, please, any services, just so you know, I do tutor. I have some space, not a whole lot, but I do tutor grades 1 through 8 with absolute proficiency. Now, I do have 2 10th graders that I'm doing a really good job with, but I don't claim to be a tutor of 9th and 10th grade, okay? But if you have a 1st through 8th grade student, please hit me up on victorytutoringservices.com. I would love to partner with you. I do have remote services and very, 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 very limited in-person services. Also, for those who have a child 3, 4, 5 years old, you can find me at kingdombuilderspreschool.com. I would love to partner with you and your family where we do remote online preschool. All right, so this is more geared towards stay-at-home moms, stay-at-home dads, people who are concerned about monkeypox, COVID, right, and still trying to get their child an education at a very, 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 very reasonable price point. All right, there's that. Other than that, inbox me. Hit me up. You just are like, look, I'm struggling. I need to figure out how to work around this. I need to figure out what resources might be available for my child based on whatever. Please, by all means, inbox me. I would love to serve you and help you out. All right? I love you. I pray that you'll share this information over the last 7 days with someone you love. All right? And I will talk to you throughout the year.